Welcome to another episode of Grey Duster's Let's Play Modded Minecraft series. We left this with a partial implementation of a processing system in place, and just to quickly recap, this is what we're going to have for our input chest. This is going to be our output for now. Obviously, this will get a little bit better later, but this input chest is connected via item ducts to downstairs, and it comes back up here. Now, from the last episode, I just blacklisted the ores that I had available this one. So we're never going to get a situation where everything's going to pass through the system and back into the output chest. It's going to at least have to process it, or at least not take it from this chest. And if you look at the very, very bottom here, there it is. All the ores are currently stuffed because they can't go anywhere. To stop this from going badly, i.e. the ores going into these electric furnaces, I just disconnected the whole system. And we've got whitelist in here for the main ores. Good. We've got whitelist here for now, the crushed ores of the two that it actually processed. And then this goes back up into our output chest. So if I reconnect everything back up, we should be okay-ish. Assuming that I've actually got some item ducts. Nope, yeah. I'm just going blind. So now that I reconnected it, those ores should be coming down the chute. Hopefully soon. There we go. We can upgrade this item duct to a much more faster system later. We just need some glowstone and a machine, and I'll show you that later. Now, if they can't go anywhere, they should bounce back all the way back to the top again. So let's see what happens. First one looks to be iron, so let's see. Okay, all the iron goes in. Good. Next. All the copper goes in. And they're bouncing back. That's exactly what we want to have. We don't want those going in until everything's ready. And that's why such a faster system will be better, because that bounce back will happen very, very quickly. So now we need to actually take these out, and I've not connected them up to the system that will pull them back out again for a reason. I want copies of these. There we go. Because we want to add them to the whitelist for these two items. So we want iron and copper. Iron and copper. And that'll just leave us tin and lead when these two are finished actual processing, which the copper certainly has. And I'm just going to put one reference copy in this chest, just so we know that everything's been done. Yeah, so we need tin and lead. Gold, we could do with some more ore. Aluminium I've left there as a kind of negative. We definitely don't want aluminium in the system. Nothing will happen anyway, so. And here comes... Yeah, we can take this out now. There comes the lead, and the silver's bouncing back. And that should be done in a minute. There we go, lead. So that's 5 of the 6 ores in the whitelist for this. They're going to be going for a little while yet. So what I'm going to do, as I've got reference copies for all of those, I should just be able to shove the crushed ores back into the input chest, and that should... they may get stuff behind this, so they may not work immediately. Because on the whitelist, they'll get pulled into the system, get processed, and the crushed ores will get sent out into God, that's hard to say, in ingot form back into the chest. Good. That at least gets all this out of the way of our upstairs workshop. I've just taken the lead out of this just so that we can burn this last example, which should unstuff the pipes for everything else. There we go, we see. We've got the crushed ores coming down too. Now, if you really wanted to, and this is something I'll be doing later, once we get to an AE system, we'll have many of these. We'll have, the macerators and everything else. You can obviously spread it back that way, and just have them sharing this item duct. But right now, I just want the last example ore, and then we can connect the output of the macerators. Come on, there we go. Crushed silver. Hang on, silver. I had silver. It was tin I needed. Maybe I only had one piece of tin available. Kind of looks that way. Tin's pretty common, so let's just burn the tin. So we've got some examples. Yeah, it was tin we were missing. Done. So the furnace is now functional. They too don't have an output just yet, and they're blocked because both input and output are filled with different materials. So let me just make sure I've got an example of tin. And now yeah, I'll move that in a minute. We're going to need some servos. Let's just do the first one. There it goes. Now, hopefully this is going to pull into where it needs to go. Need a couple more servos. So okay, all lit up. Should all be working now. Right, that's working fine. Until we bring these in. Next up, I think we'll find a way of covering a lot of this untidiness. I can just... that's awful. course I don't have stone. Let me tidy all this up for now, and I'll be right back. Now, in order to start covering up some of these things like the gaps here and here, we're going to be using stone covers and hollow covers and all kinds of stuff like that. But to make them, you can need a special item to do that. So if you get some stone tool rods from Tinker's Construct, the stuff outside that we have, and we want a couple of sticks, so we want some wood. And you don't have to make this out of a diamond like I am, but I'm just going to jump to the top version of this diamond saw. Now the diamond saw you can use in combination with some stone to make slabs, slabs to make panels, panels to make covers, and we've got 8. Now you could slice them the other way as well and make strips, but we don't need that just yet. Let's actually make another batch because we're also going to make the hollow version. So if we do this, oops. We can also do that and get hollow stone covers. Now, I'm not sure if the item ducts are compatible with these just yet. If not, we'll have to wait till later and replace these out. Let's see. They are good. Covered up, flush with the wall, looks great. Similarly, upstairs, what we want to do is, you have to do the hollow ones, by the way, because if you use the full stone covers, they can actually cut pipes off, and that's actually quite desirable in some cases. You want to cut the pipes off, but not in this case. There we go. 1, 2. And now if we just cover this up, at least for now, it does need a bit more tidying later. Solid floors, but everything's been pulled out of this one and put into this one. Actually, there's a lot of junk in here still, but we have copper ingots, different colour of ingots, and we have a crushed ore, which shouldn't really be in here. Let's see if that makes it through the system again. Of course, this is just a temporary location. What we probably want doing is to have them populate the barrels back here, and we're just going to go and do that conversion right about now. Actually, before I forget, there is one other thing I want to show with this saw. If I just take a few glowstone, let's see how many of these. Yep, I get the glowstone ore type, and I can do the same thing with this. I can make glowstone. Oops, just do that. Covers. But again, now if I put them the other way, we get strips. So 1 block, 16 strips. Why do we want strips? Well, they give off light. Because they give off light, now you don't want to go over too overboard with these. You know, don't make an entire building out of them. You will get some lag by doing this, but if we go into the mode where we can see, yeah, we can see where there's not a lot of light. As you can see, I knock out all the torches. See, we've got some area on the floor where things can spawn right now, and also when it's actually dark. So if we put the strip on this side as well, 1, 2, you see most of that's already gone. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, gone. So no more torches needed. Nothing untidy on the walls, just for some glowstone strip. Easy. So, all we should need to do instead, because barrels only take the item that they currently contain within them, silver ingots in that case, is connected without falling down there. Is connected to the same network that we have from the machine downstairs, the Igneous. And now, instead of going into that chest, which was just a temporary thing really, instead say, don't have my crescent hammer. Fine. Go that way. Now everything should come up here, off and into the barrels, all very easily. And we don't need this anymore either. We don't need that blacklist because, or that whitelist, because the barrels are only going to accept the those things anyway. We should probably have an overflow for this as well, but I'll think about that later. Not important for right now, because I'm just going to put just the right materials in the input chest right here. So this should, because we've got the whitelists and the blacklists, yeah, down they come. Now, will this work? That's the question. That's only going to allow normal ores. This is only going to allow crushed. So there shouldn't be anywhere here they can go. So they should go up here, and yeah, that does look very silly. Yeah, let's correct that in a minute. Where they go. Okay, they're going to go upstairs now. Here they come. Let's follow this one along. There's the iron. Great. Auto-processing. Auto-filling. No have to deal with these manual machines that we're going to reserve for other purposes. Great. As we're actually building up a huge amount of junk, we may as well make something to get rid of it. We could just drop it in lava or down the ground, but we have something called a trash cannon. Yeah, as an English person, I'd probably call it a rubbish bin, but that's something else entirely. I want a chest, some cobblestones from regular stone. Really cheap and easy to make. This can just sit wherever for now. It's only a temporary thing. We can put it up on there, and anything we throw into it is gone, deleted. No need to put it into lava. Easy to use. Great. So, what do we want to do next? Next, I kind of want to expand a little bit. Obviously, we've got this basement, and we've got some machines on this side doing our ore processing, which is still going on. Some iron and some silver. We're probably going to have the same thing on this wall with more machines, but from this power source. All good. But I kind of want to start some farming, some particular, resource generation for, I don't know, some food perhaps. We also want some animals. We want other kind of plants, maybe some netherwort, stuff like that. Lots and lots and lots of farming that we could do outside, but we'll just mess up the entire landscape by doing. I kind of never really done an inside farming system before, so there's going to be lots of clearing to do. I'm going to do it all off camera, so you don't have to worry about it. But I think in order to get out underneath the ocean and underneath this river system, we're going to have to go down at least one more level, maybe two more levels. So we're going to create another room like this below us, and then we're going to try and expand outwards and see where we get to. I'll be right back. Actually, before doing that, let's upgrade one of our pieces of armor. Well, when I say upgrade the armor's going to go away. But remember we had, when we upgraded the power, we had a spare bat box. Well, I think we can reuse that. And we can reuse that with a jetpack, I believe. There we go. All we need is the bat box, a couple of glowstone, easy, an advanced circuit which we haven't seen before, and a couple of 4 iron item casings. So let's get those on the go. So what's this advanced circuit? It's a regular circuit which we've seen before, with some lapis, some redstone, and yeah, some more glowstone dust. So we need 4 of that. A couple of redstone, some lapis if we have some. We haven't put it all on the mining pick yet. Well, that's annoying. Oh no, there we go. Some lapis. We're going to need some copper cables, so we're probably going to need to generate some of that. A couple more redstone and another iron plate. So let's make the iron plate. Put it into extruding mode. Not actually too sure whether we can actually charge this thing in our current power system or whether we need the new one. We'll give it a try, and if we need the new one, we'll have this on hand to reuse, which is it's a great item to get us started. So there's the circuit. 4 redstone, a couple more. Yeah, we want the item casings, so let's see if this will charge. And yes, I know this is kind of inaccessible at the moment. Don't worry, I'm definitely gonna have to make this easier to get to. Yeah, we can charge it. So there it goes. It carries 30,000 EU. And it's going to take the place of our chest plate. So there's not going to be as much armor. See, already I'm down to 4.5. But it will give us one important ability. we can now stop having to climb this ladder slowly. We can now make it a little bit easier to get between floors. Great. Back to digging. Also, if you're following along, assuming you give the same kind of space as I do, like 3 between each floor, you'll find the top level of your new room is the very bottom of the fluid system for these. That's not a problem. We'll just cover these up with the stone covers we made earlier, and it's another way for us to get to this should we need it in future. So here's our sub basement, all done, and a bit of a ramp down, and we're going to start building farms off like a central corridor. This first one, first on the right, and that's a rocky hive. We're going to come back to bees later. First one, I think we're going to build an ink farm. Ink because it's used in so many of the recipes, in Thorncraft, in all kinds of things, the filter pipe system, and it's useful to have quite a few on hand. So let's get on with making ink. Well, farming ink. And to do that, we need a few things. First of all, a squid would be good. So we found a few of these one-use safari nets while we've been around in dungeons. Here they are. And we can change these into a jailess safari net. The only real difference is with a jailess safari net, it's unlikely that whatever you grab using it is going to despawn, which is ideal if we're trying to grab something like a squid. They tend to despawn, and knowing my luck, probably won't one be around. Let's have a look. Sorry if this is a bit dark for you, YouTube. There's one. Got it. So, there we go. Release creatures don't despawn normally. Squid. Health 10. So now we need something to actually to farm it with. And we're going to use an item called a rancher, and that's Mine Factory Reloaded. In order to do that, though, we're going to need a bunch of plastic. Plastic you get by doing this. You take rubber, put it into a furnace, and you should get raw plastic out. Albeit slowly in this case. Be right back when this is all cooked up. And it's all done. So let's grab that. And so what we need a machine block. A machine block is plastic sheets, and each of those is 4 of these. So if I get those, there's machine blocks. We need 2 pairs of shears, a bucket, and 3 more of those plastic sheets. So let's get those. Now what I don't know, I'm kind of hoping that we can use this to power it, but if not, we'll find another way of routing power down that. So to start with, all we should really need iron. Aside from me getting distracted with iron. Is a 1x2 for a squid. We are going to need some water, so let me just fill this with water. I'll be right back. There we go. So if I just do this, and have I got that the right way around? No, I probably haven't. Okay. There we go. So it's 1x2. And we should be able to dump our squid in here. So this works. Yep, it's in that. Yeah, it doesn't even need light. Now all we need to do is get items out of it and get power in. So this is now running. It is actually using this power, which is all good. You see it's dropping. We don't have a great amount of power in one of these things. Unfortunately, what it isn't happening is it isn't letting us extract from there. Is that just because it won't do the top? Hopefully that's true. Will you work? No, you won't. Right, let me figure out why this isn't working and I'll be right back. There we go. It wasn't actually the rancher side, it was the barrel side. You have to inject them into the back of the barrel. So away they go. And that's just going to keep going. So let me just get rid of these other bits and pieces. There we go. One ink farm. Next episode, we're going to go and do this with a lot more different animals. Maybe sheep, cows, pigs, you know, whatever else you expect. Or maybe some vegetable farms. Either way, thank you for watching. See you next time.